What's up, everyone? Panda Party here today. Gonna go over a quick deal that happened actually a few months ago. It's only coming public now, as that was part of the terms and conditions of the sale. So, long story short, Steve Aoki ended up buying a couple cards off me just before Christmas. He ended up getting a Shonen Jump Cyberstein PSA 10, and he got a glossy Blue Eyes White Dragon from LOB First Edition, also in PSA 10. Both of those cards ended up setting new record prices. Last high on Cyberstein was 30,000 in a 10, I think, and the last high on a Blue Eyes was 85.1, I think. So both those records are now a thing in the past. Not sure if I can get into exact prices yet, but they'll probably come out next few days either way. So just wanted to make this video, let everyone know what was going on and why exactly I made the deal that I made. So first thing is first, just want to say thanks to Geezy TCG. Tony hit me up on Instagram with a video call a few months ago when I was trying to finish renovating my basement after it flooded, and asked me if I wanted to sell one of my Blue Eyes. I said, no, not interested. He said, well, would you sell one to Steve Aoki? I said, well, stopped for about 5 seconds. I said, yeah, I saw one to Steve Aoki. Excuse me. So he put me into contact with TCG Collector, who was helping Steve try to track down a few Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Me and him got talking to Steve Aoki, who made the deal for the 2 cards. And then we ended up having Gary from Pawn Stars, aka Real King Pokemon, Middleman, the whole thing, which was super cool to have so many different, really genuine people in the hobby come together, help make this thing happen. Can't say enough good about all of them. Everyone involved really a class act. I really have no complaints on anything. Pretty well smooth transaction the whole way around. So just get into a couple of points on why I ended up making the deal in the first place. So first thing that's first, Steve Aoki, dude is famous. So whether you want to, say, oh, well, he's washed up, he was famous, 10 years ago or some foolishness like that. The dude is worth over $100 million, okay? He is one of, if not the highest paid DJs on the planet. He's still pumping out, hit records every year. He's still doing very well in the whole music industry as a whole. Besides that, he's doing all kinds of really good charity work, especially the autism stuff that he did with Gary with the Aoki Foundation. On top of that, he's a very savvy businessman as a, investor, or whatever way you want to put it. The dude knows what to get into, and he knows what he's at when it comes to that sphere of things. So when you're looking at it like that, I have absolutely no qualms dealing with someone like him. And like I said, he's a super nice guy. One of the more laid-back famous guys I've actually talked to, so that was always nice. Really hate it when people act like they're super stuck up or anything like that. So Steve's a really nice guy. So moving on to the next thing, I go saying, with someone like Steve getting into a hobby like Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah, he's been dabbling in other, sports card collecting, Pokemon collecting with Gary, and all these other different hobbies in the same collecting sphere of trading cards, but he hasn't been into Yu-Gi-Oh yet. And I think that when you have someone of Steve Aoki's caliber actually injecting some capital into a hobby like this, giving it their stamp of approval, it really helps validate it as a whole, really, to lots of other people who are either, famous, well-known, or have lots of money, to say, okay, yeah, this is a legitimate thing. Steve put his stamp on it, so, I'm not so worried about getting into it as well. And I have to say, even, without Steve going forward like this, I did notice a giant uptick of quote-unquote famous or rich people hitting up a lot of us on Instagram over the last couple months looking for, you know, these hard to find cards, not minding really what they're paying. They're just trying to get the cards that they want. A lot of them have been paying, you know, full market price or even higher than the last sales records being hit. So it's nice to see stuff like that. A lot of these people who, with Yu-Gi-Oh, are a bit younger than Pokemon in particular. You know, they're younger than Magic, younger than a lot of sports cards people. So a lot of them are really only coming into their own financial security, we'll call it, or, you know, expendable disposable income to be able to be making big purchases like that. So it's really nice to be seeing Yu-Gi-Oh get a bit of, you know, its time in the sun, we'll call it. So that was one of the other reasons I ended up going through with the deal, trying to get a bit more notoriety and, I'll call it, validity to the hobby. You're all welcome for that, by the way. Next thing is the fact that I already have another PSA 10. I got a wavy copy. That thing's going to the grave with me. Don't care who you are. If you want to buy that copy, you're not getting it. Donald Trump could be hitting me up if he wasn't banned from every social media on the planet, and I still wouldn't sell it to him. So it is what it is there. Overall, I'm really happy with how the deal went. Like I said, happy with pricing on everything for the filming of this video. A couple months from now, I'll probably be shooting myself in the foot and complaining about how little I sold everything for, but that's the nature of the beast. You can't really get hung up on prices for things you sold, you know, a few months or, you know, a few weeks ago. That'll lead you down a very dark, dangerous path to insanity, unfortunately. But that's pretty much it for today. Just wanted to go over a quick thing on why I made the deal happen. Let everyone know the deal actually happened if you didn't know. So if you got any questions, feel free to hit me up on Instagram at PetaParty. And I probably won't answer you anyways unless we've been talking before, because I'm getting too many weird people messaging me. But you never know. So hope you learned something today. And if you got any questions, like I said, hit me on Instagram. And I hope you have a good one.